All right, dudes. So a little bit earlier than normal, thank goodness. Interestingly, I've had a podcast guest who was due on the show. No show. I don't know if it's to do with the time. I might have got this. He said that the time was in US Central or something. Anyway, however he got the time, because I haven't got my Calendly set up. So if I got my Calendly set up, then maybe this wouldn't have happened. And I'm only presuming that somehow it's a mistranslation, because I googled the time that he gave me, that US Central Time or whatever it is, and I googled it saying how far difference is that from the UK. 5 hours. So I got back in touch and said, right, that's great. 1 p.m. my time, 8 a.m. your time. Does that work for you? He said, yeah, brilliant. And unfortunately, it's a no-show. So I've decided to do this podcast. It's not a podcast. I've got a podcast on my mind to do this review of yesterday's podcasting. He's a great guy as well, so I'm sure there's a reason. And that just, again, the takeaway today is to have some sort of Calendly, or I know there's loads of other ones out there that do the heavy lifting for you, because I've been emailing back and forth saying, hey buddy, is everything okay? Are you good to go? Yeah. And it could have given an email an hour before or something like that. And really, it's a lesson to myself. I've actually got it written on my hand, but I've washed my hands, so you can't see it. So I don't even know why I'm showing my hand. There are 2 other notes I've got to do. So yeah, I should have got that set up and automated a big part of this, and I can just drop him a link and say, there's my Calendly, and it converts it to his time as well automatically. Pick a time slot that suits you, and away we go. And obviously you only put the times that suit you as well, so it works for both people. Both parties can, and it's quick and easy. It doesn't take going backwards and forwards. Look at me selling it to you. I haven't even done it myself. So lesson learned for myself is set Calendly up. Wow, been talking 2 minutes already. Boy, can this guy talk. No wonder he's got a podcast. 3 podcasts. That's me Aurora ring, by the way. She's got an Aurora ring. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, what am I telling you all this for? Right, so yesterday, let's have a look at yesterday. So as we know, that I was a little bit, let's update this just to make sure. I've only updated it 2 seconds ago, so. Oh, we had another download. Right, so as you know, over the weekend, that was Saturday, that was Sunday. I wasn't impressed with the results at all. In fact, I was anything but impressed. However, yesterday, I was hoping for somewhere around 400, but 364, we'll take that. Today started off strong, and it's just lost a little bit of momentum at the minute, and we are currently 10:54 a.m. in the morning, and we have 183 listeners downloads so far. But another interesting thing that I've been listening to today is advertising podcasts on Twitter. Apparently that is the new thing at the minute, so we're going to test that in a couple of weeks' time, and obviously you guys will see underneath the hood exactly what works and what doesn't. We're changing the name of the show. I think I mentioned it. It's here. It's going to be called Motivated Entrepreneur. I will go into it in greater detail. It just allows me to talk about things that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about making money, setting up businesses, systems, procedures, marketing, everything like that. I'm so passionate about that sort of thing. It just allows me to open up and talk about that sort of part more, and I feel like that'll attract my more ideal customer, if you like, my ideal avatar. I've got my avatar's like that big. I'll have to go through it with you one day. A full A4 bit of paper. Right then, so yesterday's. Let's have a look at yesterday's then. That's today's. Don't be going there. So first of all, the one big thing for me was 181 on delayed gratification. That is a good day, a solid day. I want to get it around about 200. That's the next stepping stone. Obviously, I want to get it 3,000, 4,000, 10,000. But the big stepping stone for me is the 181 on listenership yesterday. So that means it beats the day before, 155, quite significantly. It beat that one, 144. So it really did increase it here. Look at 540. But it beat that one as well. So that on that part, it was. Sorry, I just got a message on my phone, on my watch. I don't know. You feel like a knee-jerk reaction. Need to read it. You don't need to read it. I can't do anything about it anyway. Why would I even? And it just told me to breathe anyway. So what was the point? Anyway, get on with it, Dean. So as we can see here, 540. That day was 540, and it only got 170. Yeah, 174. Yesterday we had 181. So in yesterday was a better day in terms of the daily podcast, that actual day's episode. It was more successful. And I feel like that, for me, for a daily podcast, is a good key performing indicator to look at. Let's have a look what else then. Have I just gone off that? The other big positive for me is, look at that. We've got 7 different pages. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've had 67 podcasts listened to yesterday. 67. That is, if you remember, we had 100 podcasts listened to on that day there. So 67 isn't too bad. That was a whopper day, wasn't it? We can see here it's the best day so far, because on that day we had 2 podcasts released, 177, 171. So the overriding opinion for the day for me is it was a good day because of that figure there. I want to see me have an immediate listenership with an episode that I release, and that for me is a really good metric to hold on to. 181 is going in the right direction. I want to get closer to 200. So if you haven't listened to it yet, motivate me. Well, depending when you listen to it, in I think it's the 14th of June we change over. 15th of June we change over to Motivated Entrepreneur. So if you've listened to Motivate Me before then, listen to Motivate Me. After then, listen to Motivated Entrepreneur. And I still can't spell it. I still can't spell the damn name of a podcast. Okay, so that's it for the day. 6 minutes. Bloody hell, it's only supposed to be 2 minutes. But there we go. So overall, a positive day. I'm going to have my little Costa cup, and I'll speak to you later. Hey, McDonald's is open, by the way, now in the UK. A lot of the McDonald's are open. The McDonald's near us is open after the coronavirus. I don't know why I'm sharing that with you, but another useless bit of information. All right, have a wonderful day, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.